money, Benny. This shit got me in my feelings. Gotta be real with it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Kayla Simone. I am here with my second story time ever. So I know that the school year is coming up, and most of my subscribers either are going to college or have gone to college. So I figured I'd do a, looking off my glasses, I look crusty because this is after like 11 hours of work, okay? But why are my glasses crooked? Better, okay. But this story time is about my crazy ass roommate. Okay, she was a little off, she was a little crazy, she was a little nuts. So I figure if you guys are going to college for the first time and you're new to the whole roommate living situation thing, maybe the story will be entertaining. Hopefully I'll get a lesson out of it for you at the end, because I'm still a little irritated by her or whatever. But without further ado, if you would like to hear the story about my crazy ass roommate, then stay tuned. So if you have not yet, please click that subscribe button to my channel, and I will leave my very first story time over here or over here in the card section so you can watch that. But yeah, let's go. Okay, so this story actually occurred my sophomore year of school. However, we as a group, my 4 friends that are included in this story, we all met our freshman year. We all ran track at this particular university, whose name I shall not mention. If you know me, you know what school I went to, whatever. So the people that are going to be in this story is me, obviously. My one roommate that is really cool. I love her to death. Her name is Abby. The crazy ass roommate, crazy, her name is Carrie. Like Carrie, like we gonna name her Carrie because Carrie was crazy. Go watch Carrie the musical. And then the last, she wasn't my roommate until my junior year, but she's always been my friend all 3 of these years, or 4 years that we were in college together, and her name is Kiki. Okay, so Carrie, Abby, and I lived together our sophomore year, but we all met freshman year. Like I said, we were running tracks together. We really got really close because you're bonding not only because you guys either live in close proximity, but you're practicing and having the same classes with each other almost every day, if not every other day or something like that. So we really enjoyed each other, especially freshman year. We built a bond together. We would always go to events together, because you know, when you're freshman, you try and find your clique early, and then you kind of just, and granted we had multiple little cliques within like the track team or whatever, but you try and find your cliques early, your friends early, so you can go to everything with them, because you really don't want to go by yourself to a lot of things initially. I know I was like that. So why my puff always crooked in these story times? So anyway, fast forward past freshman year, we all get close, we all get cool. We think that we want to move out. Everybody's like, I don't want to stay in the dorms for another year. Let's move out. Let's move into a apartment off campus, not too far off campus. We found a place that we liked. So 3 of us out of the 4, out of me, Kiki, Abby, and Carrie, Abby, and I decided we were going to live in an apartment. And I think the reason why Kiki was not our 4th roommate was because she had planned on transferring at the moment to a different school, and then she had changed her mind or something like that. So obviously she would have been living with us, but at the time we did not know if she was coming back to the school. So we move forward. We get release papers from our coach in our dorm so that we can move off campus. We go to this the leasing office for this place that we saw that we wanted. We signed a lease. We know this is where we're going to stay. Okay, so first apartment, we said scrap that. We're not doing the dorms our sophomore year of school. We want to move into an apartment. We want to be grown. Cool. So we move into this apartment, and just a little backstory, Carrie and Abby, they actually were suite mates in the dorm. Now as for me and Kiki lived in the same hall, but she was in like a different room, and I actually lived in a whole different hall, like down the street from them. And so Abby and Carrie kind of had some back history because they had lived together, and then they wanted to live with me and Kiki, so that's how it all had worked out or whatever. obviously these are my teammates, you know, I hang out with them all the time, I trust them, you know, they're cool peeps. If there was any issues or problems, I expect them to tell me because we talk to each other all the time, right? Right. Communication is key, folks. So anyway, fast forward, we're living together. The first few months is real juicy, real nice. Everybody's getting along. We all have fun. You know, we're going to parties. We're cooking our own meals. We feel real grown. It's always crooked, but we're feeling real grown. We really feeling ourselves. We're enjoying our independence, or what's our newfound independence. I mean, I got excited, moved in over the summer, got my bed and stuff. Well, the beds came with, back then those apartments, like in college, most of them came furnished, so you just had to spray your bed down, bring like your own bed sets and stuff, but furniture was already there, so it was really, really exciting. I believe me and Carrie and I were probably like the first two to move in, and the way the apartment was set up was like Carrie's bedroom, my bedroom by the front door, and then our bathroom, and then there was the living space in the middle with the kitchen and the living room, and then on the other end of the kitchen and living room it was another bedroom. Shoot, I said the person's real name. Abby's bedroom and that shared bathroom. Now for a while Abby had her own bathroom because we did not have that fourth roommate there, and by the time Kiki decided that she was staying at the school, she had already just signed somewhere else because we didn't know if we could put her on. I don't even remember exactly how that happened because she would have honestly ended up living with us, right? So Abby essentially has her own bathroom, like, while me and Carrie have to share the same bathroom. So a couple months go on, you know, I pretty much buy, because we shared things that we bought, or we just kind of brought things, and if we needed stuff we would add on to it. But for the most part, Abby and I bought a lot of the stuff that came with the apartment. So we would buy like silverware and pots and pans. I think most of the pots and pans were mine. The silverware was mainly Abby's. Like, but moral of the story is anything that was used to cook or clean or do anything in this apartment, appliances, anything that we may have need, like a vacuum cleaner or stuff like that, it was either Abby's or mine. Carrie didn't really buy much, okay? She bought stuff for her, but she didn't really buy much for the apartment as a whole. But that was okay because we had each other's back, right? So I thought. So I specifically remember when I moved up there or whatever, or moved back, you know how you have a break over the summer. When I moved back, my parents made sure that I had the proper cleaning supplies. My mother does not play the let's not wipe down stuff before we're about to live in these places. She don't play that. Like, I don't play that now. You know, then I was a little young and a little naive, but I don't play that, right? So I buy all these cleaning supplies. These cleaning supplies are mine. I've learned from living in the dorms how to be clean because you're sharing spaces with people. So I'm like, because I'm an only child, I never had to share space with nobody. Now granted, my mama used to make me clean my bathroom every Saturday, okay, every week, and clean the tub every night. That's how my mom raised me at home, okay, or every other night, but every night she expected the tub to be clean. Every weekend I had to clean up my room and the bathroom before I could do anything else. So that just gives you a little background on me, okay? Everybody's different, whatever, that's fine. So I kind of noticed a few months into us kind of living together, maybe 5 or 6 months, like we were having fun initially, but I just see, you know, Carrie and Abby start to, like, you know, they linking up a little bit. Now it's 3 of us in this apartment, but I was feeling real left out. I didn't understand why, and it wasn't extreme to the point where they wouldn't talk to me, but it was extreme to the point where, like, conversations were shifting if I came around. Oh, excuse me, did I impose on something? Like, did I do something to somebody? And I literally am the nicest person, right? And so I'm kind of like, okay, you know, y'all don't have to change y'all conversation or anything like that just because I came in the room. Like, it's just me. It's just little on me. I shouldn't change anybody's conversation. I mean, and you know, your gut always tells you when somebody's like being shysty or rude or whatever, right? So I distinctly remember, like, the first couple times, our first couple months of us living there, like, just old habits die hard. I'm cleaning the bathroom. Now, myself and Carrie were very much so into like hair and makeup and stuff, so it was really cool. But two girls in one space doing all that stuff, you know, you kind of have to, like, I know we were rushing to go to practice and stuff, but we could have done a better job with, you know, cleaning up. But like, she would dye her hair black like all the time, and so she would dye it in the bathtub, and then they would leave like black stains, like it would stain the tub. And so with something, a chemical like hair dye, honestly, I would just wipe it up as soon as I did it, but she wouldn't, and then it would be in there. But it's no biggie, like I'm used to cleaning up my own bathroom anyway. So like, I remember the first couple times I really just wiped down and cleaned up. I didn't ask her to take ownership or responsibility of how the bathroom was looking. I was just like, oh, I'm available, I'm gonna clean it, it's cool, it's no big deal, it's a shared space, it's her responsibility just like it's mine. But since I'm the one who sees something, I'll do something about it, right? So this is the first couple like months or so that I'm doing this. So again, like I said, these conversations were getting really shifty when I wasn't around, and when I would all of a sudden come in, and it's almost like people were changing their conversation around me, even other teammates that would be around. And I'm like, okay, what did I do? Like, somebody let me know what's going on, because I did not do anything to anybody, at least I don't think, right? So I remember one day, Carrie was just, she just was acting, it was like a gradual thing, like she was always just acting funny, but like every week it got more and more severe. And it was like, you know, after a while she started acting funny towards Abby. Oh, you too now, huh? I don't understand, like, what's been. So I finally asked Abby one day, I said, what's going on? And Abby was like, well, I don't know what her problem is right now, what Carrie's problem is right now, but I'm gonna just tell you that I feel bad. I said, Abby, what you feel bad for? Like, Abby was literally the sweetest person, but like I said, I know this conversations were changing every time I was in the room. So I'm like, Abby, what you mean you feel bad? Like, what's the problem? So she tells me, well, even though I know you from like last year, us getting to know each other, and I like you as a person, I was starting to like act funny towards you because of some things that Carrie said about you. I'm sorry, wait, what? Carrie said about who? What I do? What is the problem, right? So I was like, well, I mean, what kind of things were said? And she's like, well, I mean, she was just telling me how like you were dirty, and she's tired of cleaning up after you in the bathroom, and you never pick up after yourself in the kitchen. And honestly, like, I never see it in the kitchen, but like from what she was telling me, I just felt like I was acting a little standoffish because I felt like, you know, you were being dirty, and it was kind of skewing my view of you. And honestly, like, it didn't offend me when she told me that, because I felt like, well, at least you're woman enough to say something like, hey, this was being said about you, and honestly, I feel like I was wrong for judging you and not even like approaching it or bringing it up. But I don't see that from you. So now I'm kind of like skeptical about what her real intentions were, right? So Abby and I had a really long talk about it. Abby basically told me, like, honestly, I think that she was getting jealous because we all start getting close, but you and I start becoming like more friends, and so she had to say something to interrupt that so that I would still be kind of on her side about things. And now looking from the outside in, I don't really like that. So I said, oh, okay. And I went, like, when she told me that this girl said I was dirty, y'all, I was mad, because I'm like, first of all, ma'am, miss, I don't contribute nothing to the household. You don't, I mean, she did wash dishes sometimes, but she got real lazy about them or whatever. But like I said earlier in the story, I cleaned our bathroom. Girl, I bought the cleaning supplies. I'm confused. Like, if I'm so dirty, why don't you go buy some cleaning supplies when we run out? As a matter of fact, why would we run out of cleaning supplies if I wasn't using them? Questions that need answers, sis. I just want to know. So I distinctly remember Carrie coming home kind of after me and Abby had that really long conversation about what was said. And I was like, all right, like, you know what? I'm not even going to make a big deal out of it. It is what it is. I can show her better than I can, you know, I can say anything. I'm going to just start. I was like, my granddad always told me, is you don't condemn a dirty glass. You know, you just sit a clean one next to the dirty one, and the dirty one will, you know, it'll just speak for itself. It'll be dirty, you know. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, thanks, Abby, but I ain't gonna smack her up or nothing, even though that's what the inner like 19-year-old in me was saying to do. And so she came home, and I distinctly remember her being kind of like irritated, and she was irritated because Abby and I were clicking, like we were talking like we used to talk. And I think it dawned on her like, well, if they're talking, then they must be cool, and what I said didn't either affect Abby towards me, or she felt like Abby had probably said whatever she had said to her. So she felt like Abby probably repeated what she said, which she did. But I mean, there was no need to keep secrets. I mean, we live right next door to each other. Like, our rooms are literally connected by a wall. If you had something to say to me about my cleanliness, the door was open, baby. I don't understand. What is the problem? Like, my door was always open. Okay, I'm an open book. Door was always open. So now things start to get awkward. Things start to get really, really, really awkward. So basically, Carrie is like pissed because she like, oh, y'all niggas talking again? Like, y'all are friends again? Like, I thought I would, you know how somebody get mad because they like tried to put a riff right there, but then the riff didn't really like work out how they planned it to work out? She was mad. So this stuff just got gradually worse, y'all. I wish I could make this stuff up, but I could not. Like, I did not know how to deal with it. I was petty at the time. So it would be times where Abby and I used to do our homework kind of in the living room because we felt like we could bounce ideas off of each other. We had some similar classes, but not really the same. We were in two different majors, but we would do our homework together, have homework time. At one point in time, all three of us used to do that, and Kiki would come over. We would all have homework time. At this point, because Carrie has started being so nasty to Abby and I, we start doing homework together by ourselves, not asking her whether she wants to come, because we're not going to keep trying to be nice to you and sis you acting like you got a problem with us when we didn't do nothing to you but be nice. So we would start doing homework by ourselves. Anytime we used to go grocery shopping collectively as a unit. Now Abby and I made plans to go grocery shopping. We don't care what you eat. How you getting the meal? I don't know. It's not my concern because you're being a bitch. Like, so sorry about it. So she would like slam doors and stuff around the apartment, slam pots and pans when she was gonna make dinner by herself because she was mad that we already cooked for ourselves. First of all, it took everything in me not to snatch her up because, bitch, you didn't pay for not near a plate. I shouldn't call her that, but it pissed me off. I'm just thinking about it. You didn't pay for a plate. You didn't pay for a pot, a pan. Nothing in here that is reusable did you pay for. She may have bought a paper plate, something. Nothing in here that is reusable or something that we use every day. If you break it, I'ma smack you. Like, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. I tried so hard not to feel that way because in my mind, it was like the audacity. Not only that, no, Carrie didn't have a vehicle. Abby and I had vehicles. Carrie would ride with Abby or I, or we would coordinate to ride together for practice and back and forth or whatever from, it was a like student learning center for the athletes that we used to go to, and sometimes we would have tutors and tutors would be really late, and to keep her from taking the bus, we wouldn't mind coming back to practice if we didn't have a tutor that day or whatever and coming to pick her up. Or if we had a tutor, we'd just wait on her and she would get in the car with one of us and we would all go home. So we were coordinating our schedules to make sure that she got home, because if Abby and I didn't ride with each other, we both had our own cars, so it did not matter. Granted, the bus system was there, and I'm not knocking anybody who took the bus. I used to take the bus too. But we had parking passes to get on campus because we were student athletes. And so we used to park right where we needed to most of the times. And so we didn't really have to take the bus. But she, however, at this point in time, because she wanted to be so nasty to people, she took the bus. And it got so petty. I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all probably gonna say, oh, you're so petty. Why would you do that? Why didn't you care about that girl's well-being? That girl didn't care about my well-being, so what was I supposed to care about her for? So basically, if we had a tutor and it was the same time, and we got done at the same time, I'd take my happy stuff onto my car, get in my car, and ride right past her while she was at the bus stop. No, ma'am. You're not gonna ride with me and have an attitude. And at a certain point, she was riding with me and still acting funky because I was just being a nice person. So it's not just like I kicked her to the curb like ASAP. It was like, no, I gave her time and time and time, and she was still being nasty to me. I used to drop her off at her little side gigs when she needed to work and it was late, and you know, she didn't want to walk home or be out late by herself. But at a point, we did not give not two craps about this girl, because it was like, if you're gonna have an attitude, don't expect anyone to do anything nice for you ever. And I'm not saying like you doing nice things for people is predicated on their attitude, but you can't have no attitude with me and I'm helping you out. No ma'am, no ma'am. I tried that with my mama once. I got smacked. So I'm doing you a favor by not smacking you and just letting you sit at the bus and come home, get home at 10:30 at night when your tutor was over at 8 because you don't know how to act. You could have been home 45 minutes ago, but you chose to take the bus because you have an attitude. So yeah, long story short, she continued to do petty stuff, be mean, be nasty. She would post all these nice things on Instagram like, have a great day everyone, but she couldn't even speak to me and I was next door to her. Like I said, we don't know exactly why this was. She just flipped the script out of nowhere. And what was really shocking to me is how she did it to Abby, because Abby literally did nothing to her. You lied to Abby about me. Abby ain't lied to you. What you mad for? Because you got caught? Oh, okay. Alright. So yeah, she never stopped acting nasty. Basically she ended up moving out. And I think one of the final straws, and this was petty on Abby's part, but it was funny and I was completely compliant in it. I'm not even gonna act like I was a good person at this point. Basically, like I said, anything that was worth paying for or being used in that apartment, Abby or I purchased. Abby had the Wi-Fi modem. Abby gave us the Wi-Fi. Well, if Carrie is acting like a B-word, like she's on her period and bleeding 24/7, and she wants to be nasty to people, well, naturally, why would I let you use my Wi-Fi? That's something I pay for, and you're being nasty to me. This is Abby's logic. So Abby said, I'm gonna change the Wi-Fi password because you're not gonna use my stuff. Again, the attitude of you're not gonna use my stuff and you don't know how to treat people, period. I mean, she was so nasty to us, like would not even open her mouth, wouldn't break her neck to speak, and we would speak to her at times and she wouldn't say nothing back. So it was like, oh, okay. Y'all, this girl, it was so funny. She was so like not wanting to talk to Abby, and then she gave me the attitude. So Abby changed the Wi-Fi code when she was gone, gave me the Wi-Fi so my computer worked fine and I could still get on the internet, but she could not, obviously, because she didn't have the updated Wi-Fi password. So she comes home and she goes in her room, slams the door like normal. This was everyday routine, and she's on the computer. And I was sitting there on the couch like, wait for it. Abby was like, I'm going to the store. I was like, all right, girl, wait for it. She waits till Abby leaves, and Carrie comes out and she says, did she change the Wi-Fi passcode or something? Girl, your breath, first of all. Second of all, I was like, my computer works fine. I know she probably wants to smack the shit out of me, and I would have smacked the shit out of me too. But listen, it was so funny. I was like, my computer works fine. And she was like, ah, and she walked away. Went in the room and slammed the door again. I'm like, how do you expect anybody to want to do anything for you, share anything with you, and that is your attitude every day? What is the problem? She had never acknowledged the problem, and we were not going to break our necks to be nice. So she ended up moving out. Long story short, before our lease was up, she broke the lease, moved out, so I had the bathroom to myself. And that was that. Like, we moved on. She probably still has me blocked on social media. I know I unfollowed her because I could not take the fact that she was being fake every day, posting all these, oh, I'm happy, smiling things. And like I said, she couldn't even treat her neighbor with love, but that's all she was preaching on her Instagram or whatever. So I have no clue what the girl is doing. I heard she got married. I don't wish nothing bad on them. This was like probably 3-4 years ago. So yeah, that is my story about my crazy ass college roommate. She was a mess, and obviously I don't think we necessarily handled it the right way, but what do you do when someone won't communicate? You know what I'm saying? Like, we asked her what the problem was for a while. She never fessed up to anything, so it was what it was. Like, even after I heard what she said about me, I did not cut into her or anything like that. So I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. I wasn't going to worry myself about it. So my advice to you guys who are going into college, do some research on your roommates. Really get to know those people. If you see something or find something that you're uncomfortable with, unfortunately, sometimes we find out when it's too late, but there's ways around it. Go talk to resources. Like, her resource was to move out. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, either try and grin and bear it and get along with those people, or remove yourself, okay? But that is all, guys. If you like this story time, definitely click that subscribe button. Click on the notification bell to make sure that you get notified every single time I do an upload. I upload pretty much every Wednesday on this channel. I say pretty much because my computer be acting funky sometimes. But yeah, I love you all, and I will see you all in the next video. Get this video up, get some likes on this video. Let me know if you like them, and comment down below if you've ever been through anything like this. I'm sorry if I was hyped throughout the video. But yeah, I love you all. Talk to you later. Peace.